Tantrums. Every parent has experienced a tantruming child in one form or another, somewhere along their parenting paths. Some tantrums can be mild, such as clapping hands and eye rolling and walking out the room, and some tantrums can be a lot more severe, such as stomping feet, lying on the floor, pulling hair, screaming. Every parent will have experienced it in some degree or another. It is a very normal developmental phase for every child to go through. They need to go through this phase in order to move on to the next. The main reason that children have tantrums is because of frustration. They're feeling all these new emotions and they don't quite know how to process them. They only do it in the way they best see fit, which is by reacting without thinking. As with most things in life, children need to learn how to behave in a certain way, how to process all these new emotions. It does not come as naturally as one might think. This is where our role as a parent is so important. When your child is having a tantrum, there are some important things to remember. Number one is you need to remember to stay calm. This can be very difficult when you are yourself feeling frustrated and your child is throwing a tantrum, especially if it's in a public place. This is very difficult, but you need to be a good role model and remain calm. Don't give in to your frustration by shouting and screaming, just as your child is doing, which is, at the end of the day, the behavior you are trying to correct in them. The second thing to remember is if your child is throwing a tantrum, don't try and engage in conversation with them. Don't try and rationalize with them or tell them that they're overreacting. Just ignore them, walk away. If you can and your child will be safe, you can leave the room and let them get on with it. Don't give them any attention or any form of conversation. Just leave them. They're dealing with their frustrations in their own way. It is after that they've calmed down that you can have the greatest effect. You can talk to them, making sure you go down to their eye level, and in a soft tone, as you've now had the chance to calm down, talk to them about what they're feeling, the frustration, why you said no, they couldn't have this, or why they couldn't get what they want, and let them know that there is a correct way of dealing with these emotions, and it's definitely not by lying on the floor kicking and screaming. The next most important thing to remember is to not ever give in to a child's tantrum. All that you will in essence be doing is telling them that if they behave in that way for long enough, they will eventually get what they want. This, I can guarantee, will only bring more tantrums in the future. The fourth most important thing to remember is that tantrums do not reflect on you as a parent. The worst time for a child to throw a tantrum is in a public place. Many times, we as parents feel judged based on the behavior of our children. You must remember that all children will throw a tantrum at some point in their lives. Most parents that walk past will probably be counting their lucky stars that it's not their child. Well, not today anyway. In these situations, I believe that you can do yourself proud by staying calm, keeping your dignity, and doing exactly what you would do if you were in the privacy of your own home. The most important part of dealing with a tantrum is the lessons that you teach to your child because of it. You teach them to identify the emotion of frustration and discuss better ways of handling those emotions. Implement the same strategy as you would at home, whether that be ignoring them, walking away, watching from a distance, or removing him from the situation. Carry through your actions with confidence, knowing that nobody knows your child the way you do, and nobody understands the circumstances. You can't control your child's behavior, but you can control your own. So be confident, calm, and believe in yourself, as you know what is best for your child. In conclusion, there is no rule book that says exactly how you can deal with a tantruming child. There's no guidelines as to what exactly is a tantrum. How should children deal with frustrations? Most adults don't even know how to deal with the frustration that they feel. I do hope to bring some understanding as to why children have tantrums. And please feel free to leave a comment or ask a question. I'll be only too happy to answer them. I hope to see you on my site soon. If you would like to learn a bit more about tantrums and where they come from, how to deal with them, and some little understanding as to why they're happening in the first place, please visit my website at www www.parenting-guidelines.com/tantrums. There we will be discussing which behavior is acceptable. We'd be talking about tantrum triggers and how to avoid them, the question of will tantrums ever come to an end, and how best to deal with a tantruming child.